you don't have to be financially connected to a business in order to be a part of that business. And what President Biden was basically doing through Hunter Biden was allowing Hunter Biden to get these deals where there's no discernible actual product being produced. So it's really just peddling of the influence.
Okay, Gary,
Hunter Biden's business.
Given that answer, just a yes or no here. Can Republicans prove all that? Gary?
It's up to their investigation. Yeah, they have to conduct the investigation that they want to conduct.
I'm sorry. So you're
if
not.
They prove it. They prove it.
So you're not sure about that question?
Yeah, I mean, the Republicans, they're conducting investigation in Congress, and they're the ones that are going to be able to interview the individuals they want to interview, look at the evidence they want to look at, and ultimately they decide. I don't decide. There's ample evidence that shows that President Biden was involved in Hunter Biden's businesses in some way, shape, or form.
Why do these guys keep going on TV to embarrass themselves? Especially after several others, including Representatives James Comer and Jim Jordan, have been on friendly conservative outlets giving humiliating, half-assed answers about the evidence that they claim to have. And since Republicans are losing this battle in public that they thought they'd be winning, Trump's former press secretary was forced to blame the media.
Now Democrats and the media are rushing to his defense. Check out these headlines. Here's Reuters claiming that House Republicans authorized the impeachment inquiry despite a lack of evidence. Over to the New York Times describing the whole thing as a hunt for an offense. Meanwhile, Al Jazeera is flat out writing that Republicans have no evidence. I seem to remember different headlines in a past administration.
House Republicans have been investigating whether President Biden has committed any impeachable offenses or crimes related to his son Hunter's foreign business dealings. But they've been doing this for months and have so far found no hard evidence linking the two.
House Republicans are set to vote to formalize an impeachment inquiry into President Biden, even though some admit there's no evidence of wrongdoing. They claim that the president has abused his power in order to benefit his family, but nearly a year of investigations have so far come up empty.
A months-long investigation has not found evidence of wrongdoing by the president, and the White House denies that there is any.
Kayleigh McEnany claimed that Democrats in the media are defending Biden by writing and talking about the lack of evidence so that viewers will think it's a fake news cover-up. But she forgot what this huge lib on the biggest liberal media organization in America said to Comer.
Your party, the Republican investigators, say that that's proof of influence peddling by Hunter and James. But that's just your suggestion. You don't actually have any facts to that point. You've got some circumstantial evidence. And the other thing is, of all those names, the one person who didn't profit is there's no evidence that Joe Biden did anything illegally.
Comer even stopped going on Fox and Friends because Steve Doocy's been too tough on his lack of evidence, which includes what he's relentlessly described as the Biden's exclusive and nefarious usage of shell companies.
The Biden family had 20 shell companies that the sole purpose, it appears, for those shell companies was to launder money through 6 different banks, and the banks called it money laundering in the suspicious activity reports. $24 million that the Bidens have taken in. They've run him through a series of LLCs that even the bank said serve no purposes. We call that a shell company. Shell company is a company that doesn't produce a good or service or has any assets or anything like that. And then they laundered the money down to the Biden family members.
Now don't forget, shell companies equal money laundering.
Congressman James Comer, the guy you just saw there, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, who for months has accused Hunter Biden and other Biden family members of engaging in, quote, shady business, as he calls it, is now under increased scrutiny himself for having his own shell company. In new reporting, the Associated Press found that Comer's company, quote, functions in a similarly opaque way as the companies used by the Bidens. New insights into Congressman Comer's financial deal come in the wake of yesterday's vote to open an impeachment inquiry into President Biden, based on Comer's many months-long investigation.
He has a shell company called Farm Team Properties that he shares with a campaign donor. It was opened in 2015. His wife is also a co-owner, and it is masking, of course, the fact that he owns more land than goes on his financial disclosure forms. If someone is trying to run an above-board impeachment inquiry and is running around all over television saying, innocent people don't do this thing that I'm actually doing myself. And maybe there's more. Maybe this won't ever be enough for you. That's probably the case.
It might be best for Representative Comer, Jim Jordan, and maybe even their newest investigator, Marjorie Taylor Greene, to take their case behind closed doors to come up with evidence that'll back up all these promotional appearances that they keep taking. Because now that the L's keep rolling in for them on TV, the Biden campaign is doing what every political entity does. They're fundraising.
Well, Dana, the Biden campaign is trying to use this opportunity, turning it into a political advantage for them. I'm told that they started fundraising off of this impeachment inquiry vote last night. And already that email that was sent in Vice President Kamala Harris's name, it is the best performing email sent by the campaign just this month.